Hey there, John Morris here, johnmorrisonline.com. Welcome back to another episode of the John Morris Show. So with the release of my WordPress course, I've been talking a lot about WordPress lately, and one of the things that people tend to ask me when I do that is, why am I so high on WordPress? Why do I sort of push it out there and promote it as much as I do? And why is it something that something they should care about, and why is that the case? So I wanted to talk about that a little bit today and really just sort of tell my story, because that is really the impetus for why I am the way I am when it comes to WordPress and really PHP and things like Upwork and some of these other things. It's really a similar story. But when I first started learning PHP, I've sort of talked about this before. It took me several years to learn PHP back early to mid 2000s. And there wasn't a lot of good tutorials and courses out at that time. So it took pretty much everybody a lot longer to learn it back then. But it took me several years to learn. And through that process, I, of course, came across WordPress. And one of the things that was really nice about WordPress that really attracted me to it was I figured out very quickly that there was a lot of built-in functionality and functions and classes and ways of doing things that were already there that I could tap into. And I realized pretty fast that I could actually start building stuff using WordPress. And even though I, was still at the very early stages of learning PHP, that I didn't need to know as much PHP as I would need to if I were to do all this stuff from scratch. And so I really started digging in to WordPress and started practicing and working on different plugins and so forth. And that little bit of success, those little steps of actually being able to build things, started to help me build some confidence around development. And that became important because not too far into that, I had there was a WordPress plugin that I was a customer of, and they had sent out an email that they were looking for some people to join both their support and their development team. And had I seen that email before I stumbled across WordPress, before I got that little bit of confidence, I don't know that I would have applied. But because I had that little bit of confidence, I went ahead and said, screw it, and I went ahead and applied. And, through the interview process, they became aware of my plugin, one of my plugins that I had been working on. They were sort of interested in it, and that helped me ultimately to get hired with this company. That company is still a client of mine now, 8 years later. Because of that company, I've been able, as a result of working with them, I've been able to work on projects for Inc. magazine, for Tim Ferriss, for Lewis Howes, Ray Edwards, Michael Hyatt, all these really well-known and big-name people. And then following on from that, I've been able to, I've learned a ton and sort of built up a little bit of credibility to be able to create a YouTube channel and create my own courses and do this podcast and all these sorts of things. And it all started with this very small decision, what seemed like at the time a small decision to just say screw it and apply for this job. And again, the only reason that I was able to muster up the courage to apply for that job is because I had generated a little bit of confidence by working with WordPress and actually seeing myself building things. And so that's sort of why I push it out there. And the point I want to make to you is that decisions that seem small now can be decisions that really make a huge impact on your life, that completely change your life. And so I want to give people that confidence to be able to make those decisions. That's why I, at the very beginning, started off teaching a PHP course. That's why I created this Upwork course, or this WordPress course. That's why I do my Upwork courses. All these different ways to try to give you some semblance of confidence to be able to, when an opportunity comes along, to be able to take advantage of that. And so that's ultimately what I want for you. That's why I push these things out there. That's why I'm promoting this course so heavy, because I know how much it changed my life, and I think it has the potential to do the same for you. So as you go about evaluating whether this is something, this is a course that you want to invest in or not, I just want you to think about that and realize that it's more than just learning this function or learning that function or evaluating, it from a purely logical perspective. There's something deeper there. And I think we all sort of know it. We all sort of feel that there's something there in terms of battling fear and generating confidence and going for what you want in life and taking those steps that allow you to then take another and another and another and to take advantage of opportunities when they arise and so forth. And so again, I just want to push you as much as I can to do everything you can to put yourself in a position to take advantage of those opportunities when they come up. And again, sometimes it's what seemed like really small decisions that can lead to really big changes. So, like I said, keep that in mind as you're evaluating all of this. If you want to know exactly what's in my course, you can listen to the previous episode of this show, and you'll get the just full layout of exactly what's in it. You can also go to johnmorrisonline.com/WordPress course, and I will post a link there as well. Also, I will put a link to the course in the show notes page for this episode. I believe it is 288. Yeah, johnmorrisshow.com/288. You'll find a link to the course as well. I'll go ahead and put it in the description for here as well, so you can find it easy that way as well. But again, just with all of this, keep in mind that it's as much about confidence as it is about skills. And sometimes it's just those small little things that can give you a little bit of confidence to take advantage of an opportunity. And next thing you know, it's 8 years later, you've been doing this full time ever since, and you just can't believe how far you've come. So something to keep in mind. Anyway, like I said, johnmorrisonline.com/WordPress course. This is the last day of the launch week special. So if you're listening to this February 28th, 2018, the launch week discount ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to get in on the course, now is the time to do it. Again, johnmorrisonline.com/WordPress course. All right, that'll do it for this episode. If you liked the episode, I'd appreciate if you'd hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe so you can catch all the future episodes. Appreciate that. Also, all the past episodes, links to subscribe on iTunes, TuneIn, Android, all that, johnmorrisshow.com. And finally, if you'll leave me an honest review of the podcast over on iTunes, I will give you Module 1 of my PHP 101 course for free. All the details for that are at johnmorrisshow.com. Just click on the Start Here link at the top. All right, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next time.